Times are changing, and the gaming world with it. At this point, having a VR headset is becoming the standard, but not all of them are as good as advertised. I researched and tested the best of the best, and here are my 10 picks for the best VR headsets of 2026. Meta Quest 3. Let's start right in the middle of the action. The Meta Quest 3 remains the absolute gold standard for consumer virtual reality, achieving an unparalleled equilibrium between price and hardware performance. Retailing at $499, it routinely dominates Amazon and Best Buy's bestseller lists. Advanced pancake lenses deliver a pristine resolution 2064 by 2020-08 pixels per eye. It runs on a highly efficient Snapdragon XRT Gen 2 processor paired with 8GB of RAM. The real game changer is the full color pass-through cameras, transitioning this from a blind VR box into a spatial computing device. With 8.5 million monthly active users, software developers prioritize it for highly optimized exclusive titles. The inclusion of high-fidelity, full-color pass-through cameras is a transformative feature. It enables seamless mixed reality applications, making the headset capable of anchoring digital interactive objects within physical environments. It even serves as a wireless PC VR headset via Steam Link. The primary criticism remains its limited internal battery life. Meta Quest 3S. What if you wanted to experience the metaverse on a tighter budget? The Meta Quest 3S retails at just $299, serving as the highest volume driver in the global XR sector. Upon release, it rapidly ascended to become the top-selling console on Amazon US. Meta engineered a brilliant hybrid device, retaining the powerful Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 processor and identical color pass-through cameras of the premium Quest 3. However, it reverts to older generation Fresnel lenses and a lower resolution LCD panel of 1832 by 1920 per eye. This introduces a smaller optical sweet spot and increased peripheral glare. The engineering decision to utilize Fresnel optics is frequently criticized by discerning enthusiasts in comparison to pancake optics. By subsidizing the hardware, Meta is solidifying its monopolistic grip on the standalone VR sector. It fundamentally offers unparalleled onboarding value. Valve Steam Frame. Are you ready to see what the future actually looks like? For the hardcore gamers, Valve's Steam Frame serves as the official, generational successor to the legendary Valve Index, completely abandoning cumbersome external lighthouse base stations for an inside-out tracking array. It utilizes custom ultra-thin pancake optics, delivering 2160 by 2160 pixels per eye. Powered uniquely by a 4nm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor and an immense 16 gigs of RAM, it operates as a standalone console and an ultra-low latency wireless PC VR display. Its revolutionary foveated streaming prioritizes rendering power strictly where you look to eliminate wireless latency artifacts. The new controllers feature drift-free magnetic sticks and an estimated 40-hour battery life. Sony PlayStation VR 2. Meanwhile, the Sony PlayStation VR 2 occupies a highly strategic market position. Initially a strictly tethered peripheral exclusive to the PS5, Sony released an official PC adapter, drastically expanding the device's utility. At a retail price of $549, it has stabilized its market presence. The hardware provides exceptional visual fidelity, utilizing dual 4K OLED panels that deliver 2000 by 2040 pixels per eye. This OLED technology provides true blacks and infinite contrast ratios. It includes native eye tracking, advanced heat haptics, and sophisticated adaptive triggers. Its strict reliance on a thick physical tether remains a notable detractor. Furthermore, secondary use as a PC VR headset strips away proprietary features like HDR due to Windows API software limitations. Pico 4 Ultra. Looking for a direct challenger? Manufactured by ByteDance, the Pico 4 Ultra holds a dominant 46% share of the consumer VR market within China, and retails competitively at approximately $399. It utilizes the identical Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 processor found in the Quest 3, but pairs it with 12 gigs of RAM and Wi-Fi 7 capabilities. The headset features crisp 2160 by 2160 resolution per eye and boasts a superior ergonomic balance. due to its rear-mounted battery design. Proprietary Pico motion tracker accessories allow for affordable full-body tracking. However, ByteDance can't match Meta's decade-long library of exclusive software titles. Geopolitical tensions also restrict retail availability in the United States. Pimax Crystal Light. But what if reality just isn't sharp enough for you? If uncompromised visual clarity is your goal, Pimax has successfully cornered the ultra-enthusiast PCVR market, tailored specifically for hardcore flight and racing simulator communities. Retailing around $899, the Pimax Crystal Light strips away heavy internal batteries to offer a purely tethered experience. It delivers approximately 2880 by 2880 pixels per eye, using precision ground glass aspheric lenses to eliminate edge distortion. Featuring QLED panels augmented with 576 zones of local dimming, it brilliantly bridges the gap between LCD peak brightness and OLED contrast levels. This extreme clarity is vital in simulation applications. Big Screen Beyond 2 2E. Tired of heavy headsets? The Big Screen Beyond 2 challenges traditional design by prioritizing extreme miniaturization and bespoke ergonomic comfort. Weighing a miraculous 107 grams, it is definitely the smallest and lightest PCVR headset available globally. This compact form factor utilizes high-density 2560 by 2560 micro OLED panels that deliver flawless black levels. Unlike its predecessor, it features mechanical IPD adjustment, ranging from 53mm to 70mm. The newly introduced Beyond 2E iteration integrates highly sensitive eye tracking for dynamic foveated rendering. Apple Vision Pro. At the premium end, Apple's Vision Pro remains the most technologically advanced piece of spatial computing hardware in existence. Retailing at an astronomical $3,499, the device features dual 4K micro OLED displays outputting 23 million pixels alongside a sophisticated dual-chip architecture utilizing proprietary M-series and R1 silicon. Despite early enthusiasm, empirical IDC data reveal a catastrophic 78% plunge in 2025 sales, falling to an estimated 85,000 units globally. Integrating the newer M5 chip did little to address core barriers like an exorbitant price tag, considerable 800-gram physical weight, and a stark lack of compelling native VR gaming software. Positioned as a productivity spatial computer, its interface is flawlessly intuitive. Samsung Galaxy XR. Developed in close partnership with Google and Qualcomm, the Samsung Galaxy XR attempts to strategically undercut the Apple Vision Pro at a price of $1,799. The headset boasts immense visual fidelity via dual micro OLED panels, delivering 3552 by 3840 pixels per eye. To mitigate severe weight issues, Samsung smartly offloaded the battery into a tethered external pack kept in the user's pocket, reducing the physical weight to 545 grams. It's heavily integrated with Google's Gemini AI. However, the user experience is currently hampered by an unoptimized software ecosystem. Reviewers reported an inefficient virtual keyboard, making a physical Bluetooth keyboard essentially mandatory for real productivity. HTC Vive Focus Vision. Finally, HTC continues its long-term pivot away from the mainstream market, focusing strictly on prosumers and heavy enterprise training applications. The Vive Focus Vision, retailing at $999, functions as a standalone device utilizing a Snapdragon XR2 chipset to drive high-quality LCD panels at 2448 by 2448 pixels per eye. Its standout feature is robust hybrid connectivity, supporting native lossless DisplayPort connections for visually perfect PCVR rendering. The headset is heavily engineered for enterprise durability, featuring hot-swappable rear batteries allowing for continuous 24/7 use. While primary drawbacks include its significant 785-gram weight, it excels as a ruggedized, high-fidelity PCVR workhorse for professional environments. The physical headset slips off, but the digital immersion lingers. We conquered spatial computing today, yet one massive secret about future hardware remains completely hidden. So, tell us, which one do you prefer? Let us know in the comments section down below, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button.